Well, after 22 years, Arsenal can once again call themselves Premier League champions. Their title triumph was confirmed after Manchester City drew 1-1 at Bournemouth, meaning Mikel Arteta's side will lift the trophy for the first time since 2004 on Sunday at Selhurst Park. So much to come this hour: player reactions, tributes from former players, and a breakdown of just how Arsenal secured their 14th English League title. But first, here's how Arsenal's players reacted when the final whistle blew at the Vitality Stadium. Well, the Arsenal players watched City's draw together at the club's training grounds. So glory for Arsenal, but after their defeat to rivals Manchester City in April, the momentum had shifted away from North London. However, Declan Rice insisted the title wasn't done. And last night, Rice posted this message on Instagram: "I told you all, it's done." Eberechi Eze and Martin Odegaard had a bit of fun with the bottlers tag as well. Eze posted this picture of the Arsenal captain with a bottle in his mouth, mocking the Manchester City fan. And these were the joyous scenes outside the Emirates Stadium last night as thousands of fans gathered to celebrate their title, determined to make the most of their night after a wait of more than 2 decades for a league triumph.
Let's go Arsenal! Arteta, we've trusted you for so long, and this is why you played us. We've got Superman Arteta!
He's completely fixed the whole club. He's had difficulty sort of going through with it, but he's managed to get us to that next level. And we've had our struggles every season, but he's got us there now. We finally got over the line.
I'm 42 years old. My children are 7 years old. My best friend's 42. He's never seen Tottenham win the league. My 7-year-old son has seen Arsenal win the league again.
I've been waiting this my whole life. I can't believe it's true. I can't believe it. We won the league!
We know what we are! We know what we are! Champions of England! We know what we are!
They've got over the line and they deserve 38 games in the Premier League. You deserve to win it. Yes, the football's not been pretty at times, we all know that. But to do that consistently over a season, you've got to take your hats off him. And especially when you're up against Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest of his generation as well. So congratulations.
And they flipped the pressure back onto Manchester City, so they've shown they've got unbelievable character. And I think to even level that, they've been bottlers. They haven't been. They were just against one of the most incredible teams in Manchester City that were just relentless. They just stretched them and they made them become better. And they've had to find a way. They've had to maybe get those marginal games that you need to do, set pieces, goalkeeper, everything that he's done, Mikel Arteta, to find a way to turn his team into title winners. And you have to credit the Cronkies as well, because they could have maybe just gone under the pressure at times of maybe feeling like it wasn't the right thing. Is he going to be the winner? He's proved tonight that Mikel Arteta is a winner.
So Arsenal beat Manchester City to the title. They come up short for the 2nd consecutive season, and Pep Guardiola has sent his wishes to Arsenal.
Congratulate Arsenal, Mikel, staff, backroom staff, fans for this Premier League, well deserved. At the same time, for my manager career, one of the years that we fought the more with the incredible things that we could not control, and we were there, never give up. I would have loved to have in the last moment, to try. Of course, it wasn't in our hands, but today the fatigue was there. So 12 days to prepare that game. They played for the qualification for the Champions. Extraordinary team, incredible, well managed. Then 3 days, Brentford, Crystal Palace today. The brilliance of the players, we miss it. Our impact for the fresh players wasn't good enough. The players came from the bench. We fought incredible a lot and prepare next season.
Bournemouth manager Andoni Areola has known Arteta since childhood, and he was asked whether he's expecting a bottle of champagne from his friend.
It would be lovely, something, I don't know. I haven't even checked my phone. I should have at least one text message or something. But I think it was not because of this game, no. Probably they were even going to finish it for sure themselves, no. And I'm happy for him because I think he has done an incredible job there.
Delight for all of Arsenal's players. This was the reaction awaiting Gabriel when he arrived home from their title party. Brilliant scenes. Not all of the players made it home early, though. Eberechi Eze posted this picture of himself at the Emirates Stadium just after 5 o'clock this morning. And why not get the pets involved too? Gabriel Martinelli posted this of the Arsenal dog Win, who looks like he's enjoying his night with his trophy and bottle of champagne in dog toy form. Lots of Arsenal's former players have been sending their congratulations to their former club too. Well, former captain Granit Xhaka posted a picture of himself with Mikel Arteta and called them a special team, great players and a club that never stopped believing. But this is all because of you, Mikel. To everyone who doubted you, give this man and this coach the respect he deserves. Well, speaking at the Brighton Player Awards, former Arsenal forward Danny Welbeck praised his former club.
Credit to Arsenal, congratulations to them. I think to show that consistency, and it's no mean feat, winning the Premier League, so what an achievement. I hope they're celebrating hard now. And fair play to them, congratulations.
Huge congratulations to Arsenal, to Mikel, to his coaching team. They did a great job. They deserve to win this championship. So well deserved. Hopefully they can enjoy some nights, and then I'm sure they prepare well for the Champions League final, because it's another big game for them. So all the best and well deserved.
It's 22 years since Arsenal last got their hands on the Premier League trophy. This their first title since moving from Highbury to the Emirates Stadium. Patrick Vieira and Arsene Wenger were captain and manager the last time Arsenal lifted that trophy. But as Jurrien Timber and Bukayo Saka were keen to point out on social media, they'll soon touch it again.
Wait, what I'm about to show you. Light that up.
Hey, let me tell you something. 22 years there was laughing, there was joking, they're not laughing anymore. Look, it's gonna be shining, look. It's gonna be shining bright.
3 seasons at coming second is normally a real positive, but a lot of people turned it into a negative. But it wasn't. It was always a progression for Arsenal. And we've gone one step further, and now we're in with a great chance of winning a really, really special double.
Feeling is just incredible. It's just, you can't describe. You just, everything, the emotions and adrenaline and everything is just rushing through your body because you've worked so damn hard. And the ups and downs in any season, the setbacks and the pushing forward and the injuries and the great goals, the last minute goals, or the last minute goals that defeat you and things like that, all mixture of emotion, and it comes out and you win it, and you just can't describe it. And then for me, the fans as well, the connection of the fans as well, you're even more connected with the fans with this kind of emotion. Everyone's in there together. It's just, and because it was such a long time ago, I mean, this is, a lot of people can't remember last time Arsenal won the league, and now they can actually believe it, and it's actually here now. No, I didn't think it was going to take this long, and you can see how the players now, jumping up and down and just relaxing and enjoying an outpouring of joy. It's just an incredible feeling. We've waited a long time for this, and you can see everyone is just there, and you can see it. They've done really well, these guys, this year, and I think the strong squad has taken them over the line for sure. In every department, every position, they're solid. And these guys are hungry, and that's the club's hungry for success as well. So yeah, that's the difference. The squad made a difference this year.
finishing second year in, year out there was a lot of pressure on this team this year, you know, and then it looked like they were going to walk the league, run away with it, and then all of a sudden it fell back out their hands again. I'm just pleased for the players. You could see it's just lifted like yesterday with the celebrations and, you know, and everything like that. So, yeah, I'm really pleased for them as a club. And, yeah, and that's a long wait that was to win the league. Arsenal won the league because they were the best team at the start of the season. They had one of the hardest starts in the Premier League history. The teams they had to play at the start of the season was mind-blowing. You know, no one had to start like that, you know, but people forget that. You know, and they had times in the season when they were good on the eye. And then as it got on, I didn't expect anything different. I didn't expect them to be entertainment and winning 4 and 5s, because the pressure on them to win this Premier League after finishing second 3 years on the trot was through the roof. And I just think, you know, they played a certain way. They got a team to play a certain way, and it's worked a treat, and they've won the league.
Okay, for more on this, we can head live to the Emirates and speak to our reporter Dharmesh Sheth. Dharmesh, well, I was going to ask you, is it busy there again today? But I can see straight away that it is. What's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, good afternoon. I was just going to say to you about 10 minutes ago, it is pretty calm after what we saw here last night, but the fans are gathering here once again outside the Emirates because Arsenal are the Premier League champions 2025-26. You saw those pictures from last night, absolutely incredible scenes. I spoke to an Arsenal fan actually this morning who was here last night. He said he's never seen anything like it. He'd been to Old Trafford, he'd been to White Hart Lane to see them watch to win the league, and now what he saw last night he'd never experienced before. And in amongst all these fans, Jay Bothroyd, what are the chances? Right, okay. Let Jay have a little word with us if you don't mind, live on Sky Sports News. I bet you have. 22 long years.
22 years of waiting. I'm absolutely buzzing. Look at the atmosphere here in North London. My sons have got to see title winners. It's an amazing day for Arsenal Football Club.
There has been a lot of narrative about Arsenal throughout this season. Oh, they don't look great when they play. Do you think they care?
It didn't matter. It don't matter about how well we've played this year. It matters about getting the title, and we've got the title. Maybe we can get another one soon.
You say get another one soon. They're having an extraordinary season because they've won their first Premier League title for 22 years. The first time they've won it at the Emirates Stadium as well since they moved here. But they could have an historic season now, couldn't they, with the Champions League next Saturday?
I tell you what, yeah, if we can win the Champions League next Saturday, we'll be giving all of these players statues out here, because that will be an unbelievable achievement, the double. I questioned Mikel Arteta in the beginning, I can't even lie. I think a lot of people did. But get him a statue. Get him a statue, because he's taken this club from where it was toxic atmosphere in the club, and he's taken Arsenal now to win the title. And if we can win the Champions League, that's greatness, that's legendary status.
What do you think moving forward, how ominous this is for the rest of the league? Because the other clubs seem to have a transitional feel about them at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, people say that, you know, Man City, it's not the best Man City, it's not the best Liverpool, it's not the best, you know, Chelsea or whatever it may be, but at the end of the day, Arsenal have grown as a club. We've got good players in the door, we've got a great team spirit. Now we have to build on it and go and win the league next year.
Right, we're going to have a word with a few of the fans. You just gate crashed what I was about to do, Jay, but thank you very much indeed. Arsenal Premier League champions, 22 years in the waiting. Can you just put into words your emotions just now?
It just sounds great. I mean, we're Premier League champions. Mikel's got us over the line. Oh, the beers are out. It's amazing. Last night was incredible. We were down here for the parade. There was probably 100,000 people down here. It was incredible, electric. We're going to win the Champions League.
Do you share that confidence? Do you think it's going to be a historic season, not just an extraordinary one?
Yes! Come on, Arsenal, let's win the Champions League!
How about you? Premier League in the bag. What do you think this means for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal moving forward? Could this be a period of domination even?
Possibly, quite so. We've had a good few seasons in sense of progress. Now we've actually won a league. And personally for me, I'm a local, born and raised Arsenal fan, so this is like top
one of the narratives of the season. I'll just go on. What do you want to say?
They said we'll bottle it.
Look at us now.
Well, the celebrations are clearly going to continue because on Sunday, the parade, not the parade, that's this Sunday is at Selhurst Park, of course, the coronation. They will lift the Premier League trophy for the first time in 22 years. And then it's a small match of a Champions League final in Budapest next Saturday, and then the Sunday after that, it is a parade where all of these fans, in their hundreds of thousands, will get to celebrate with their team. Now I know you guys have got a more. I know you've got more of an original song than just that Arsenal one. There's an anthem. It's a North London Forever, isn't it?
Everyone! North London Forever! Shh. Everyone! North London Forever! Whatever the weather, these streets are ours, and our hearts will leave you never. London forever, run through the soul. Come on, Arsenal!
As you can see, the Arsenal fans are out in force here at the Emirates. Can't hear a thing you're saying, but Arsenal are the champions.
And we never saw Dharmesh Sheth again absorbed by the Arsenal fans. Dharmesh, if you can still hear me, I mean, the atmosphere and the excitement is clear. I don't think you can hear me. We will leave Dharmesh to enjoy that party and we'll return to the Emirates a little.
Thierry Henry has sent a strong message to Mikel Arteta ahead of Arsenal's massive Premier League clash against Manchester City, and he didn't hold back. The Arsenal legend warned that talk is cheap unless it's backed up on the pitch, especially with such a defining test coming up this weekend. While the Gunners secured their place in the Champions League semi-finals after goalless draw against Sporting CP at the Emirates, Henry made it clear that the performance simply wasn't good enough. Yes, Arsenal got the job done, thanks to their 1-0 win in Lisbon, but managing just one shot on target at home raised serious concerns. And against a team like Manchester City, Henry believes that level just won't cut it. Now, all eyes turn to the Etihad Stadium, where Arsenal face the league leaders in what could be a title-defining showdown. Arteta's side currently holds a 6-point advantage, but City still have a game in hand, and recently beat Arsenal 2-0 in the Carabao Cup final. The stakes couldn't be higher. I want to see that fire at the Etihad, Henry said on CBS Sports. It's easy to talk, but go there, against Manchester City, and show what you're made of. Henry made it clear that while he believes in Arteta and the direction of the team, belief alone isn't enough. I believe in what I see, I believe in him, in that fire. But when you say things like that, you have to deliver. And I didn't see it tonight. Despite his criticism, Henry acknowledged the significance of reaching the Champions League semi-finals, something that doesn't come around often. We're through, and I'm very happy. A semi-final, it's huge. I never won it, but I did win the league. Now go to Manchester City and win. That's what I want to see. I believe in Mikel, yes, but show it. When asked how Arsenal should approach the game, Henry was blunt. Not like tonight. Not like against Bournemouth, or Brighton away, or what I've seen at times this season. And when questioned whether the performance against Sporting would be enough to beat City, Henry laughed. The Manchester City I've seen recently, they've won 4 in a row, and even Liverpool were in the mix. It could have been more. Still, Henry remains hopeful. In fact, he's been consistent in his belief since the start of the season. I truly believe we can win the league this year. This is our biggest opportunity to prove, as a team, that we are capable. But for him, it all comes down to action, not words. I'm sitting here in the studio, there's nothing I can do. But I've heard fire. Now I want to see that fire at the Etihad. One moment that stood out to Henry was Declan Rice's reaction at full time. Look at his face. Go back and watch it. A lot of players were smiling, but his expression. I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to him to understand what he was thinking. This is a guy who just reached a Champions League semi-final. Henry made it clear, there's no negativity in celebrating the achievement, but expectations must remain high. This is huge. Congratulations. It doesn't happen often in our history, so of course I'm happy. But against City, I want the team to win, not settle for a draw. That's it. Arsenal head into the clash with just one win in their last 5 matches across all competitions, including a 2-1 defeat to Bournemouth in their most recent Premier League outing, a reminder that improvement is urgently needed if they want to make a true statement against City. The pressure, therefore, is not just about one match, it's about momentum, identity, and belief at the most critical stage of the season. Inside the Arsenal camp, there is a clear understanding that performances must match ambition. Arteta, speaking after the draw with Sporting, admitted that his team has to improve a lot, particularly in the final third, where their lack of creativity and cutting edge was evident. While defensive discipline has been a strength, the inability to control games and create consistent chances is beginning to raise questions at exactly the wrong time. That concern is echoed by pundits and former players across England, many of whom agree with Henry's assessment. The general feeling is that Arsenal have shown resilience, but not the dominance expected of a team aiming to win both the Premier League and compete deep into the Champions League. Declan Rice, however, has taken a different stance. The midfielder has brushed off external criticism, insisting that the squad remains fully focused and unaffected by outside noise. Internally, there is still strong belief that this group has what it takes to deliver in decisive moments. Rice's mentality reflects a dressing room that is trying to stay grounded, even as scrutiny intensifies. The upcoming clash with Manchester City is now being framed as more than just a top-of-the-table encounter. It's a defining test of Arsenal's maturity. City, with their experience and relentless consistency, represent the benchmark. Pep Guardiola's side are known for stepping up in exactly these moments, and their recent run of form only reinforces the scale of the challenge. For Arsenal, the narrative is clear. Promise is no longer enough. After coming close in previous seasons, this is the point where they must prove they can handle pressure, respond to criticism, and deliver when it matters most. Supporters are divided. Some see this as the perfect opportunity to make a statement and silence doubters. Others share Henry's caution, worried that recent performances hint at vulnerabilities that City are more than capable of exploiting. What happens at the Etihad could shape the remainder of Arsenal's season. A strong performance, not just in result, but in attitude and intensity, would reinforce their title credentials and validate Arteta's project. A weak display, on the other hand, would only amplify doubts and hand momentum back to their closest rivals. In many ways, Henry's words have already done their job. They've sharpened the focus, raised the stakes, and set a clear expectation. Now, all that remains is for Arsenal to respond, not with words, but with a performance that proves they truly belong at the top.